Welcome to This Week in Sim Racing, July 15th, 2011 edition. I'm Tom Hackey.
And I'm Sean Cole, and This Week in Sim Racing is sponsored by iRacing.com. They still have that great deal going on. Buy 1 month, get 2 months free, and you can take part in some amazing racing going on. We got the banner right up there on our website. Click it, it'll take you to the deal, and new content always on the way, so take advantage of that.
Indeed. First on the list of news is the Targa Florio conversion team has successfully converted the Grand Prix Legends version of Targa Florio for rFactor.
So rFactor lives on. The mods are still coming out for that one.
Yes, 72 kilometers long, 40-minute laps, depending on what you're driving, of course, but
easily makes it the longest track I think I'd ever driven in all of sim racing.
Easily, yeah.
I can't even finish the thing myself. I mean, obviously we all want to jump on it, but at 40-minute lap times, it'd shut the place down. Darren actually has run it, well, to completion twice.
Yes.
And funniest thing of all, though, is the third time that the first time he almost completed, he ended up a half mile short. And what did he run into?
He ran into the invisible movie wall, is what we're calling it. Just like on a movie set, when they hang a backdrop that goes into infinity, there's an invisible wall just after pit exit that I found as well. But the track itself has 60 car support and the historic grid option of reverse fields from slowest to fastest.
Gotta love it.
Staggered cars, yeah. So very, very cool mod.
They also redid a bunch of trackside objects. You got some moving ones. We've hit some of these objects, and some of them move, some of them destroy your car.
And they have mass too, so they can damage the car appropriately. It's really
absolutely. Cool. But like that movie wall, there are some things you're going to have to look out for at 70 kilometers plus. You're going to have a few things out there that aren't worked out, and some turn-offs that you're not going to want to take, but what a great track. Darren actually was running this in some historic cars, and that takes us right to our next topic, which is Team Historics. And they've released some new images of the Historic GT Touring Car 2.0 version for rFactor. And this is one of my longtime favorites for rFactor.
Oh, yeah.
And this includes the new Trans Am, the Firebird.
Pontiac Firebird. Look at that thing. I had a Matchbox of that when I was a kid.
And Smokey and the Bandit, kind of. Very cool car. Little reminder, though, you will need the GT Legends disc to verify that you own that portion of the mod, even though they've added a lot of additional things to it. And you can actually get that at rFactor Central, even though you're going to need the GT Legends disc. And, what a great thing for rFactor. Darren was running these historic cars, the 906 Porsche, and what a great combo it was.
Oh, it sounds so cool and so meaty and just, and the way it handles is just so much fun.
All those old cars are a lot of fun to handle.
Yeah. Alan from www.automotive.com got a chance to check out F1 2011's introduction party, sort of check it out for the London crowd.
Okay.
And got a lot of footage of the game. Got to drive it a couple of times, and got an interview with Ant Davidson and David Croft. So
there aren't a lot of reporters out there covering sim racing like we do, and Alan is out there doing a great job covering this. He's got great videos. I mean, very entertaining stuff by him.
I agree. Definitely check that stuff out. And the interviews that he got, really cool. He's probably a much bigger F1 fan than we are. He knows a lot about the sport.
Absolutely.
A very informative interview with Anthony Davidson and David Croft. Really cool. I mean, just really cool.
Well, right there you can see what a Formula One fanny it was, because it kind of went from sim to Formula One as the interview, which I got to be honest, that's probably where I'd take it myself if I had access
if you were sitting at a table with Anthony Davidson, yeah. And then his really cool walkthroughs, he got a chance to play the game, so he just set the camera down, but then he walked us through what he was experiencing afterward. It was really cool.
Yeah, so you definitely got to go to www.automotive.com and check out his videos.
Yep, or his YouTube channel, which we'll link to in the description. And so that'll do it for the first half. If you want cool Gearhead or Petrolhead t-shirts like the Never Lift shirt I am wearing, head on over to enthusiastapparel.com. They've got really awesome stuff. And when we come back, Mr. Sean Cole, the Gran Turgismo paddles one of only a handful of mods for the DFGT.
And we have both models right here to try out.
Yes, we do. We'll be back.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
Welcome back to the show, and we are here for the Gran Turgismo.
That's it.
And these are the paddle shifters we mentioned, and they do come in 2 different variations. And I'll tell you a little bit about them while Tommy starts installing them, which is pretty easy. I mean, the whole point behind this is the paddle buttons on the DFGT leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah, kind of weak, kind of tiny.
So anyway, what Tommy's doing is cleaning them off with an alcohol swab, because especially if you have a wheel that's been around a little bit.
Yeah, you got your finger gunk.
And I recommend taking some extra time in this step here and really cleaning off the button, the back of the button area, and everything around where the tape that you can see, well, I haven't peeled it off here, but the double stick tape is exactly what is going to hold this in place. And the alcohol swab does come with the installation kit. So everything you need to put them on is right there. And now Tommy is actually applying the DPS 200,
that's right,
which has an adjuster so you can actually set the distance of the shifter. And as an anti-friction, so this doesn't bind on the button, he's applying a little bit of Lexan strip that came also supplied with the kit, and that's going to make it move real smoothly. The other kit is the DPS 100, and as you can see, it has a tack installed into sort of a rubber bumper. And that's going to supply the anti-friction. In this model, this is not adjustable, and I mean, either one would work pretty well, and they do come at different prices. The DPS 100 is $27.95, and if you want it shipped in the US, it's $30.95, and if you go to their website, www.granturgismo.com, you'll see they have a bunch of different shipping options, so if you're looking for it shipped elsewhere, you have pricing there right at the website. The other model, the one Tommy is installing, is the DPS 200, and these are a couple bucks more at $29.95, and basically the same design, everything you need comes with it as well, and that ends up being $32.95 with shipping to the US, and again, 6 or 7 options for different shipping.
That's right.
So, as you can see, Tommy is sort of sizing things up. One thing to note, the shorter end is the upside of the shifter.
Yes.
And so when you're trying to decide left from right, that would determine it based on which direction they stick on. So I'd be holding them in the direction they'd be facing me on the wheel. And
you know, the crazy thing for me is these are stick-on.
And it's very, it's auto body double stick tape.
It's the stuff they use in cars to stick the body molding to the side of your car, like those little bump strips or whatever. That's what they use there.
Those things that hold on for like decades, and
there it is.
Kind of how. So as you can see, Tommy has these just about all the way installed, which shows you just how easy it is.
Super simple.
If you're considering it yourself, they do have instructions on the website in video and PDF form. So, I mean, it is very easy, but if there's any confusion, there are instructions there. And those instructional videos, that's actually Kevin, who I've spoke to quite a bit about this product, and he's the one taking you through it, which, as you can see, is very easy. So you got them on there already. What do you think real quick? I mean,
it's definitely better than the stock paddles. I'll need to dial them in a little bit in the adjustment, but
it looks a ton better right off the bat.
Cool. Yeah.
So anyway, we just got them on. We're going to shake them down, test them out a bit. You can look forward to a little review coming up fairly soon, where we'll be giving you everything you need to know about them and how they actually drive.
Yeah, love it. All right, moving on to some Fanatec news. They've released driver 110 for their wheels and pedals and everything. Really, it just addresses the random center spring effect that was happening. They were getting an all of a sudden random centering spring, and that can obviously be frustrating.
Well, and I think the word random was actually just limited cases of this going on. Not like it was randomly happening to anybody, it was just isolated cases.
That's right. So make sure if you have a Fanatec product to go download that. And they also announced that they've got a software developers kit, or an SDK, coming out soon. So people will start to be able to tweak the internal settings and things of the Fanatec wheels, so that might get very exciting.
That actually could go a long way when you get some people who are really good at force feedback settings and just kind of seeing what they've done with it, and that might lead Thomas to doing something for his next driver as well.
Yeah, and really cool, because hopefully you'll be able to tweak the different effects, like rumble strip versus grip strength versus that kind of stuff.
Right.
So really exciting.
All right, well, that takes us to GT5, which, I mean, we've reported on it. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. They had their Signature Edition competition, which is only available to people who actually bought the Signature Edition of Gran Turismo. And this is going to give everybody a chance who bought the Signature Edition to actually win a Mercedes SLS AMG, which, I mean, I can't think of a better prize in sim racing, to be honest
I would
with
like
you.
that prize.
Then through an online competition running in B-Spec, the finals were selected to take part in a real-life event at the Red Bull Ring in Vienna, Austria.
Ugh.
Which, I mean, I'd want to go do that regardless of a car being on the line.
Should have bought the signature edition.
I know, seriously. Who would have known? I mean, I just thought it was to get the little car.
Yeah.
Anyway, once there, they actually switched to running A-Spec, actually competing in Gran Turismo. And to make it even better, I mean, they got out on the track in SLSs.
Yeah.
And we're kind of going through like all the license type tests.
They did the whole drag and then stop thing. They had like an autocross type, and it was really weird because all that track portion looks exactly like the game.
It's like what you did in the game, and
Yeah.
now they're doing it for competition with, I mean, that much at stake.
Yeah.
At the end of the competition, it was Marco Calvo who actually won the whole thing, and I mean, what a car, what a prize. I mean, my hat's off to the guy. I mean, he beat a lot of other people to get to that position, and another great event for Gran Turismo.
And now Bastion Bartsch, who is a DWC driver,
Yeah, Team
and
Redline.
friend of the show, he was there and was a runner-up. But isn't that like the third or fourth time that he's?
I almost feel bad for Bastion.
Runner-up?
He's like, he goes to all of these events. I mean, I remember in VWTCC, he was one click away from winning a Chevy HHR. I think he ran in Gran Turismo before. And he was second to Gregor at the Intel GP, so I mean, that was money on the line, and just missed the big prize there as well.
Man, you'll get it. You'll get it. We love you. Keep going.
So this story actually came to us from GT Planet, where Sin Wraith did an incredible write-up. There are videos, there are pictures. I mean, I could entertain myself for hours just checking out. There's videos of Bastion in the car. So go ahead and head over to GT Planet. We're going to put a link in the description for you to click it over to, and you can check out all the videos and the pictures and entertain yourself like I did.
And we got a little bit of iRacing news. They've got a deal going on right now, so if you were looking for the perfect time to resubscribe, that time is now. They got $25 off, so it's only $74 for the year, which is a good deal.
Makes like 25% off.
Exactly. And be sure to check out psrtv.com for the broadcast of the races. We got Darren in the booth right now, helping out Frosty Sinclair doing the roadside broadcasts, and this will be the second race that Darren's done. And
yeah, 6 o'clock this Saturday if you want to tune in and listen. I will be there. I just got to hear how Darren calls the race.
But yeah, I mean, really exciting points battles and stuff like that. So please check those out if you haven't already. They're really fun to watch.
When you are talking about the best sim racers on earth, both road and oval. So I mean, if you want to know who is who and see who to aspire to beat, these are the guys to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to about do it for today's show. If you are watching on YouTube, you got to head over to our website, InsideSimRacing.tv, where we have more than just our videos. We got a great forum, polls, lots of great information there. I also want to let you know a few things coming up. I got a human racing chassis review coming up. I'm real excited about.
That's a big one.
And
we just did the ARC mod to the G25 or 7, and check that out.
An entertaining video, I think.
I think that's maybe the most entertaining one to date. So go check it out.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Sean Cole.
I'm Tom Hackey.
And we'll see you on the track.